Anywhere you go, you belong. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
Okay, what you saying, people, and welcome back to another live stream. I hope you're all doing well. Like always, guys, any pairs you're looking at, feel free to leave it down in the chat. Any questions, anything you want to discuss in the chat, just leave it down there and I'll eventually get to it. But yeah, guys, hope you're having a fantastic morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. I will go through the charts, go through some of the pairs on my watch list, go through my trade I got going on currently. And if you guys do want to check out my Telegram chat, where I post my content, trades, watch list setups, videos that I do post, feel free to go and check that out. Links in the description to that. Also in the top of the chat there. And also if you are looking for a broker, I do have my affiliate link to IC Market there. Feel free to check them out if you are indeed looking for a broker. But yeah, guys, welcome to the stream. Hope you are doing good. Hello, Olan, welcome to the stream. I want you to analyze pound USD. Okay, order understood. We'll analyze pound USD. Hello, Fakar. Welcome to the stream. Hope you are doing good. Hey, Shiny P. Bonjour, bonjour. Yeah, that's just that is poor, but that's as far as my French goes. I was gonna say, how are you? Is it ça va? Yeah, ça va. But that's about it, to be fair. But yeah, welcome to the stream, everyone. Hope you're doing good. I'll start with pound USD. Since you said you wanted to trade that or wanted me to look at it. So Yeah, pound USD. Okay, so we did see some weakness for the pound pairs. Actually, we did see quite a lot of weakness for the pound pairs. Pound in general, we did see a lot of downside momentum. It was from like around 5-ish, or was that 4-ish, something like that. Yeah, 5, 6, something like that. Yesterday UK time, we did see some downside, and pound USD did break through this support here. I did say to you guys yesterday, I'm expecting some type of reaction to the upside. Again, we did see a slight one, didn't go too far. Naturally speaking, I didn't think it would go too far anyway, because the trend is still to the downside for pound USD, and we still do have some areas here the market could be drawn to eventually. But like I said, I'm still a bear in this market. I'm not really interested in looking for any longs. If you do get into any longs, I would recommend taking profit quickly and not holding for the long term, because monthly, weekly, daily, 4H is all pointing to the downside. So even if you are on the lower time frames, longs don't make sense for to hold it for a long time. You want to get your profit and scalp it and leave. Shorts is where you can look to push the trade a little bit further. But yeah, pound USD, we've broken through that support. Structure is still bearish right now. You can see we did print a lovely lower high there on the hourly time frame. We've got the equal highs up here, lower high there from that lower low, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and again lower low. So the structure here is clearly bearish. You can see beautiful bearish structure here as we go down with this hourly price action. So for me, for this one, I'll still favor shorts, but I would like to see price come a little bit higher, potentially even come back and test that prior kind of supply area. We test that resistance there, that could be a nice place to short again and base some trades off to the downside. Reason being, it's a very nice place to put your stop loss. Stop losses in these areas could be grabbed before the bigger move to the downside here. Price does go and take that out. It's most likely because price wants to reverse anyway, and then we can look to change our bias for the short term. Maybe even look for some better buy opportunities, but all I can see now is bearish structure here for pound USD. So your best bet is shorts, but I wouldn't short it right now. We've just made some new lows. Price is a little bit it's not looking the cleanest, especially after such a strong move. We're definitely in that kind of corrective phase. So I'll leave pound USD for now and see if we can come up a little bit higher into around 1.11500, and from up there, the sales do look a lot better. Stop loss above, and potentially could head down further. We do have this zone here, which price is just about missed out on. As you can see, it's just about missed out, so we could still come back and retest this area, potentially even lower as well, retest some of this area as well for pound USD. But again, I wouldn't short it just now. I would hope price can come up a little bit higher first, get a nice safe stop loss before we do take a bigger dive to the downside. So yeah, pound USD for me is still looking bearish. All I can see is short opportunities. Longs maybe on the pullback, but again, I wouldn't ride that for too long. And shorts are still your best bet under these conditions. So yeah, pound USD still expect more downside, probably a pullback phase right now. But targets for this one, I'll be eyeing up 1.09 and 1.078 as targets to short that back down to. But yeah, did see some interesting price action there for the pound pairs. So yeah, I'm still in my peso position from yesterday. It is moving pretty well. It was very, very corrective at the time when we were streaming yesterday. Price was still around this area here, but that's the thing with exotics and peso especially. Out of nowhere you can just see big candles. Either against you or for you. In this case, it was a really nice push to the upside, but you can see it's very, very choppy, difficult trade to sit in. But yeah, nice push to the upside. You can see it smashed through the TP1, almost hit TP2 up there, and obviously the final take profit there. I have gone to break even for this one, so whatever happens with this one. Worst case scenario is that price does come back down and takes me out the trade, but I'll still finish the trade with a partial win, so I'm happy with that. Obviously, best case scenario, price smashes through my targets to the upside, but peso is a very, very choppy pair. You can see it does fluctuate a lot, up and down, up and down. I wouldn't be surprised if I do get tagged out the trade before price does have that next rally to the upside. In that case, I might look for a re-entry. I'll see what type of price action I can get, but I don't want to jump in too quickly, because the kind of trend is a little bit bearish here. So I'm a slightly up against the grain with the buys here on the 4H and the daily a little bit. So I don't want to jump into buys too soon. But yeah, that's what I've got going for this one. So stop loss to break even, still got TP2 and TP3 to hit, have secured some partials. So worst case scenario, we take a small win in this one. But looking good for this one. Hopefully you can find some other trades this week. Still eyeing up, gold and Euro USD. So we'll see what happens with that one. Hello, Alva. I think I said that correctly. Good afternoon. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Good morning, Anus. Welcome to stream. Hope you are doing good. Selling SD CAD. Okay, we'll take a look at that one. Hi, no problem. Euro USD, USDs are, of course, as usual. Nice little combo there. I think the market is not very clear this week. Maybe a lot of false breaks, and others we have to be more patient. Exactly. If the market's not clear, there's no point looking to risk capital and place pointless trades in, because at the end of the day, you're just going to lose money. When the market's clear to you and you see a good opportunity, put your foot to the pedal. But when it's not clear, take your foot off the gas and relax. But yeah, I do see that a little bit, to be fair. Obviously, I do have a current trade with USD MXM, but the other pairs I'm looking at, Euro CAD hasn't quite tested my level there, so I haven't actually got an entry for that one. Euro USD, I'm still looking for price to go and test my resistance up here, but I'm not too sure if it will come back for that. It might see a push up and then come back down. If it does, I'll be there for it. Gold as well, collapse to the downside. For me, this one does look good, but it's not really at an area I want to short. And if anything, there might be some potential upside for gold. But yeah, I'm definitely bearish on this one, so looking to short it back down. Pound yen and euro yen, for me, are still a little bit iffy in terms of opportunities. Pound yen, I can see the downside a little bit more clearer than euro yen, but after all, they're both kind of just, they're not quite set up yet. Like you said, not really clear to me. Again, other people might look at this and find some really good price action to their strategy, but for me, I'm not seeing anything overwhelming in my favor. So at the moment, those pairs are definitely just being watched, really. I do think if not this week, maybe next week I can get a good trade on them, but yeah, need a bit more development with them. But yeah, we'll take a look at NZD CAD, Euro USD, and USD ZAR. What's happening with Pound USD? So yeah, for that one, still expect more downside, but it looks like we are retracing right now. Still short on gold, but have no entry zone for now. Yeah, I'm still short on gold. Well, short bias on gold. But yeah, my entry zone is all the way up there, because we actually opened the week. We opened for the week up here. So when I was creating my resistance and analyzing the chart for the weekend, we weren't too far from this area. This is lining up with 1700 as well. Big psychological level for gold. Expecting price just to basically retest that zone. It did slightly, to be fair, at the end of last week, but it was kind of coming up to the end of the session, so I didn't really want to trade on that Friday. But I was looking to see if we can go retest that again before we do sell off. But we've had quite a big fall, so that is still my entry zone. But I don't really have one, in this sort of area that I'm looking at. Potentially people can be looking at kind of this resistance here. I'm not sold yet, to be fair. It could play out. It's one of those ones where it could work, it could not work. It's not really something that I'll look to trade with, but that could be something to look at if you are trading gold on the low time frames for shorts. We could react with this and see price creates next leg, because we might not have enough energy to actually pull back into 1700 and then fall. We might only hit this area here and then continue to the downside. But for me, I'm still kind of set on 1700. If not, I'll see what happens as price develops, and maybe I'll create a new level that I'll look to trade from, but I'm still kind of set on 1700 for now. Let me go into NZD CAD, because Anus did say he's trading that one. Where is NZD CAD? There you are. So yeah, NZD CAD, we are seeing, you said you're selling that one, looking bearish now, so good start. I did say yesterday a break and retest this level does look good. You can see, beautiful support 1, 2, and 3. This for me is just a big fake out of that same level, and our price looks like it's retesting that beautifully. So yeah, if you can hold this level as resistance, I would expect the continuations back down to these lows here and just see that overall trend continue. You can see, if I zoom out the bigger picture, consistent lower highs here for NZD CAD, And for me, as long as the market maintains that structure, I'll be looking to see NZD CAD go and take out these lows and, continue what it's been doing for the past, I don't know, August? Yeah, about 2 months. Continue doing that same price action. No need to overcomplicate it more than that. So yeah, NZD CAD shorts do look good. I suspect you're probably going short around this area here on the retest of 0.77400. So yeah, looking like a good trade. Where's your target for this? Is it back down those lows? Are you looking for a quick scalp into that level? Where's your target for the trade? But nonetheless, it is looking good. Excuse me, looking good for those shorts on the NZD CAD. Hopefully you can pick up some momentum, but looking good. So Euro USDs I will get onto. What's happening with Euro USD is not moving. Yeah, it's a little bit corrective. I'll jump on Euro USD now. It's a little bit corrective. Where do we open for the week? I think we opened here Sunday 9th of October. So yeah, we opened for the week here, and you can see Euro USD's price action is basically that. We had a big kind of spike up, price came back down again, but this is the price action for Euro USD this week. So a little bit difficult to find any good moves. Obviously last week was beautiful, big move to the upside, big move back down, a lot of momentum in the market, great to trade intraday, for example, great to trade and catch your pips for the day. But yeah, this week, not the best conditions at all. Very, very choppy. I'm still bearish on Euro USD, so I would still only be looking for sells, not really focusing on the buys at all, really. Not that it doesn't happen, but I'm trying to stay in tune with the higher time frames, and the higher time frames are still telling me short, so that's my directional bias. So yeah, Euro USD, it's a little bit choppy. Again, that was my area of interest coming into the week, coming into that resistance there, 0.98304, which we still could hit, but we may not. We may just roll over to the downside for Euro USD. So it's a little bit sticky for this one. There is a solid level going through here, maybe like the 30-minute time frame, something like that. Yeah, there is a nice little level here. Big kind of fake out there. And the market is respecting that resistance. So this could give us a move back down to the low of the range. Let me actually just draw the line tool. Well, the rectangle tool. So yeah, might get moved back down to the low of the range here at 0.96844. Whether we break through the low of the range and see the continuations is obviously completely up to Euro USD. I'm not going to try and call a breakout. A breakout is going to happen whenever it breaks out. But yeah, if we do get that breakout, then yeah, we could see the next kind of major continuation. Maybe this is a big fake out, grabbing a lot of liquidity, above these highs over there on the left, and that could perhaps fund the next major move to the downside. But nonetheless, we're rejecting the high of the range, so I do expect this to come back down to the low of the range. Whether we break through or not, like I said, is up to Euro. So again, it's not really much of a trade there. A bit more of a scalp, so like 15 pips, so not much there for Euro. I'll probably just leave it alone. It's very, very messy pair at the moment, so it's just not really ideal to trade. But yeah, I think Euro USD is probably waiting for FOMC later. Let me just go double check what time it is. It should be 7. That's normally the time FOMC do their thing. Let me check on my FX book. Okay, so we do actually have some news at 1:30 for US dollar PPI, which is at 1:30 London time. So maybe that could cause something. Maybe that could cause breakout. Then we do have the bigger event FOMC minutes, which is obviously where they're discussing the interest rate decision. How much they're gonna increase it by. If they're going to increase it, which they most likely will. So yeah, FOMC minutes is at 7 UK time, which is about 8 hours and 37 minutes from now. So quite a while, obviously at the end of the day. I'm not sure if Euro USD is worth trading before that. With the price action we're seeing right now, it's not really worth trading. We do have some dollar news before. Maybe that could excite the market, but I'm not really seeing too much in this one. So just to recap, price is very, very choppy. My area of interest remains up there. Obviously, I do work with the higher time frames in the 4H zone, so that's where I'm going to have my my eyes set to short. On the lower time frames, perhaps a breakout of this, a retest, you can get some shorts to the downside. But again, the targets for Euro USD still do remain back down at these lows here. So that's what I'm going to be shorting to. That's my directions. If I do get into any Euro USD shorts, that will be my target for the trade. Just see if I can take advantage of the full swing. But yeah, I'm just not seeing much clarity in here. Best thing is to back off a little bit maybe. Unless anyone else is actually currently trading Euro USD. I'd be interested to find out. USDs I'll take a look as well. Hey Vanessa, welcome to the stream. Good morning from Atlanta. Wicked. Atlanta, is that east or west coast? Well, it's got to be east coast surely. West coast could still be asleep. I don't know, to be fair. Yeah, my knowledge of the states is not that good. What about CHF JPY? No problem. We'll take a look. Is that GA? You want me to take a look at pound AD? I think that's GA. I have no idea. I'll take a look at GA anyway, to be fair. CHF JPY, we'll take a look. Shiny P, no problem. My target is 0.763 zone. Yes, but it would take some partial profits, by the way. Okay, we'll go quickly look at that. Hey Ministry, Euro AUD, no problem. TokoVex, morning. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. Got absolutely spanked by GU at 5 this morning. 5 in the morning. Wow, you're trading 5 in the morning. Mad push up over 1,000 points and it closed me out. Oh, wait, at 5 this morning. But you're not talking about yesterday. Over 1,000 points and it closed me out for 215. Yeah, pound USD. Pound USD was a little bit crazy yesterday. Actually, not just pound USD, pound in general, to be fair. Very, very weak all of a sudden. I don't know. I think something happened. Does anyone know about that? It was like, did someone say something or something happened fundamentally, because pound just took a dive yesterday. How am I doing anyway? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Hope you are. Hope you're doing good as well. Hope everyone's doing good. And yeah, we just hit 5K, by the way, guys. So thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed recently and in the past, and just who has ever subscribed. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. You know, we just hit 5K, which is a nice little milestone. Next stop, 10K. It's gone so quickly, to be fair. Yeah, still currently trading peso. Nice little move to the upside, but it's a very, very choppy pair. I've gone break even on this one. So, I'm taking some partials. So, I'm just going to let peso do what peso does best, which is not too sure it does best, to be fair. I don't really trade it much. But it was a beautiful price action. I'm seeing we get a push into that resistance there. Looking good so far, but I'm just a little bit skeptical because it does move up and down quite a lot. It could little tag me out here before it does fly. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, then great. But yeah, that's the only trade I'm in at the moment. Nothing else has really taken my fancy here. There are pairs in my watch list, but nothing quite set just yet. Let me go through some of those other pairs. USD ZAR. Okay, so USD ZAR is still looking bullish. I mean, let's see where in the monthly. Okay, so we're not quite at those highs just yet. So that's where we're looking for USD ZAR to head to, back to these highs at 18.525. So we're almost there. We're almost there at those highs. And I'm just expecting USD ZAR to keep on this bullish path until it gets there. There is a possibility for a deeper correction, maybe come back into that prior daily high before it does happen. But I would expect we're probably just going to head up there before that happens, to be honest. So your best bet with USD ZAR is, again, still looking for long opportunities. It's a little bit choppy in this area. Probably wouldn't recommend looking for longs in that area. Reason being, we're back at the high and now we're consolidating at the high. So not the best place to long. I would say this area looks a lot better. It does line up quite nicely with this broken support there on the left. And that was that nice little down move. And then we ripped to the upside. So a push into 17.9 looks good, or just underneath 17.9 anyway. A nice reaction from that level looks good to go long, or maybe even a break and retest of that high looks good as well. Obviously risk reward will be better down there, but again, it's up to you how you want to trade that. but 17.9 for me looks good. So a nice little buy from this low. If we can get there, of course, looks good. Risk to reward looks good, and 18.5 looks good for the market to go and test. So I'm expecting more upside here for USDZAR. And yeah, longs are looking good still. It's just very, very choppy. So if price can break out that consolidation, retest it, or come back down, those longs would be looking good there. But yeah, that's what I've got going for USDZAR. Okay, East Coast, same. Okay, SimCity is trading near. Okay, I didn't know he's from Atlanta, to be fair. Crazy, small world. Yeah, I need to up my geography of the States. It's not bad of Europe, but States is very, very poor. Actually, rest of the world, just the States is very poor. GU spanked me too. All getting spanked by GU. I mean, pound USD has been a little bit chaotic, to be fair. It has been a little bit chaotic. It's starting to pull up last time I checked on the lower time frames. Yeah, it is. So it's similar price action to pound yen as well. Came back down so fast, climbing up again. But again, at the end of the day, loss are part of the game. So, you all have to get spanked sooner or later. Hello Ben, welcome to the stream. What do you think about gold? We'll take a look at it as well. When you get a chance, check GU at 5 a.m. this morning, and yeah, it's going mad because of the Bank of England decided the ending bond buying scheme. Okay, so that's what happened on Friday, and pensions are at risk. Oh wow, yeah, I had no idea. Because yeah, pound is seeing a lot of weakness. It is a little bit crazy. Okay, I have to get rid of that. And that's why the fundamentals are healthy. You can actually know why the market's going a little bit crazy. But yeah, we'll take a look at gold for you, no problem. I'll take a look at GU at 5 a.m. 5 a.m. is an interesting time because it's like before. That's a good couple of hours, before even London, starts kicking a little bit. So yeah, I've never really traded at that time. I'm definitely still fast asleep at 5 a.m. But I'll go have a look, quick see. What time frame you talking about as well, TurkoVex? I'm talking like the 15-minute, maybe 5 a.m. Big yourself up, Miko. Much appreciate. No problem, BDG. Happy to help, man. Happy to help. Been enjoying the streams. Shared spanking, and yeah, definitely shared spanking. Hey, what's up, King City? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. 26 of you are slacking, not supporting Miko if you like. Poor effort from the remaining 26. Yes, so poor from the remaining 26. But yeah, guys, if you are enjoying the stream, please be sure to leave a like. Cheers, TurkoVex. But yeah, be sure to leave a like. It does really help the stream out. But yeah, let me take a look at some of your pairs. So CHF JPY, I'll get onto that as well. And I'll get onto UAD as well. So CHF JPY. Okay, so CHF JPY, we've had a bounce coming off this kind of support area here ish. We haven't quite tested it, but it's coming to that vicinity. So I'm kind of regarding as a test of that level. The market is bouncing up. The thing with CHF JPY is a very, very choppy market as of recent times. We've had beautiful, trending market conditions here. Prices had, a crazy move up and down. That was, when JPY intervened there, so it's a little bit messy, but all in all, nothing really too much has changed. This is still kind of my kind of correctional phase of the bullish kind of impulse move we've had of recent times. So I'm still overall kind of bullish with CHF JPY since no major structural low has been broken. I know we've broken through those lows there, but they're just kind of minor 4H levels. These are the key structural lows that the market still has intact. So with CHF JPY, I would see if we can break past this resistance here. If we can break past that point there, I do think it's a very, very high chance we'll make it back to these highs up here around the 150 mark. Big psychological level as well. Of course, I wouldn't buy into that level there. We could come back down again and maybe just continue this fluctuation here. So it's not the best place to actually buy, but if you can get above that, break some structure to the upside, there's a very, very high chance that we just see the higher time frames kick in, because we're still looking at a bullish monthly, we're still looking at a bullish weekly, and in bullish daily as well, time frame and structure. So the higher time frames are still pointing up. So again, best bet, at least from a swing perspective, is definitely to be looking for long positions. So yeah, CHF for me, still respecting structure, hasn't broken through that 145 400 500 support. So if it can break through that resistance at 147 500, that would tell us a lot by the direction about CHF and obviously a nice little retest could give you some nice entries. There's a little bit of a target here to watch out for, but I would expect price to eventually make it up to 150 up there. So yeah, all I'm seeing is more upside for CHF here. But of course, I wouldn't look to long it into that resistance that price is trading at. And Euro AUD, will take a look, Ministry. Euro AUD. Okay, so yeah, Euro AUD is still flying. This one's been pushing, similar to Euro NZD as well. Both of them have still been pushing to the upside. Excuse me. Both of them still been pushing to the upside. Like no tomorrow, breaking through some, some strong structural points as well. This move here did fund that bearish leg, taking out those lows there just about. Now price has actually ripped past that point there. Could we be coming up to some of those areas? Potentially. I mean, that's a huge downside move. Price could be looking to retrace. But yeah, as of right now, price is breaking through a very big daily and kind of weekly level here at 1.53. So, if we do stay above this, we could be seeing a lot more upside for Euro UD. I wouldn't look to buy it in these areas. The market's kind of too overextended for me. And the fact that it's just broken through a major level, it's never really good looking to buy those highs there. So I would wait for another downside move. And actually a retest of this structure would look nice, to be fair. A retest of that structure there, that nice little consolidation that we broke to the upside. A retest of this, we could see the next higher low being placed. You can look at the structure of the 4H, got the high, got the low, got the high, got the low. Potentially high, maybe we could roll over from here. It's not already confirmed yet, and then potentially we can look at the new low there and see price just kind of continue the trend because the structure is still intact. Price has not broken through that, and I wouldn't look for anything special, here for Euro UD. If you want to look for reversals, I will wait for some, some structural breaks. Other than that, it still looks like it's on its path to the upside. So yeah, wait for correction. 1.53 looks like a great place to go long on the retest of that area. And, who knows how far this can go. I'm not really having a solid target of this one. We do have this kind of like kind of little gap in the market. Price could be looking to fill around the 1.555 mark, which does actually line up with this level here. So that could be something price is looking to go and test. That could be a potential target if we do come back down. But yeah, all I can see right now is more upside for Euro UD. So yeah, maybe there'll be some short-term, short opportunities against the grain. If that's your cup of tea, feel free. But if you're looking to stay with the trend and just ride it to the upside, 1.53 is like a really good place to do that. So yeah, that's what I've got going for Euro UD. Hopefully that made sense. Okay, I'll take a look at GU at 5 a.m. see what's happening at that time there. No problem, happy to help. Hey, D. Clerk, Lincoln, welcome to the stream. Hello, admin, what do you take with PPI news today and CPI tomorrow on dollar, please? Yeah, I don't really have a take on that, to be fair. I'm not really looking to see what could happen. I mean, overall, I'm still pretty bullish on the dollar, and I would expect strength still to come into the dollar. Nothing has changed fundamentally, really. Do expect interest rates to go up, and from a technical standpoint, which is really where I base my kind of bias from and the direction I'm going to trade, everything from a technical standpoint is still very bullish as well for the dollar. So yeah, for me, I'm still expecting more dollar strength. We might see some weakness. That could definitely happen. I'm not really too bothered about what the outcome is. If it is bearish, I do think it'll be short-term bearish momentum, and then price will probably flip bullish sooner or later. And if it's bullish, it's bullish. It probably will keep going unless we break through some structure and do something crazy on the DXY. Then I'll consider changing that bias. But DXY is still printing me major high lows here. So as long as these high lows stay intact, nothing's really changed for me for the DXY and what I expect from a technical standpoint. So yeah, I'm still expecting dollar bullishness. It might be bearish on news when it opens, when it actually happens. It might start bearish and then flip bullish later on, or it might just keep flying. Either which way, I still do think dollar is on its path to the upside still. Nothing's really changed from that standpoint. Hey, thank you so much. Is that Alexandra? I can't really see. Cobus, thank you so much for subscribing. You changed the font there, it's difficult to read. So yeah, hopefully that was useful. It's just before Frankfurt. Come on, bro. Usually get good movements at 5. Okay, I had no idea about that. I had no idea. 5 a.m., 6 a.m. because German Stock Exchange, and check it on the 1 minute 5 chart. Yeah, I had no idea about that, to be fair. 1 minute and 5 minute chart. Okay, let me have a good look now. Pound USD 5 minute chart, 5, 6 a.m. Yeah, I had no idea about that sort of stuff. Okay, 5, that's 3:40, 4 o'clock, 5. Okay, to be fair, we did kind of skyrocket at 5 there. We did kind of skyrocket at 5 a.m. So, you know, definitely today is definitely showing that price action. Then we kind of consolidated, then coming to London. Then we did pop off there as well. What about yesterday? Yesterday, 5 a.m. Where is that? Okay, that's around here-ish. A little bit choppy. Yeah, I mean, yesterday's price action was kind of choppy during that whole London phase, going to New York, then it started picking up momentum. But yeah, to be fair, in my defense, I've never really looked at the 5 minute chart. Well, I have obviously, but not really to trade. So yeah, it's never really something I've looked at in the past. And I do most of my analysis on the 4 hour, an hour and daily time frame. So yeah, looking at the 5, 6 a.m., I'm still asleep at that time. So it's never really something that I was looking at. But yeah, I didn't know that, to be fair. I did not know that. So learn something new every day. Okay, so I hope I haven't missed out anyone's pairs. Probably have, to be fair. If not, just ask it again in the comments and I will get to it. No problem, happy to help. I'm waiting for 1.111 to see if I can get a re-entry. Okay, we'll take a look at that. Hi Mike, it's actually Miko, but hey, welcome to the stream. Al Risk, you didn't go to the University of West London, did you? No, I did not. Do I look like someone who went to the University of West London? But no, I did not. Hey Emmanuel, welcome to the stream. Congrats on 5k. Thank you so much. Thank you for you guys for subscribing, to be fair. Thank you to you guys for subscribing. But yeah, it's great to see. Nice little milestone. On to the next one. Hey Johnny P, TP smash. Yeah, I did see that nice on your receipt, chef. Nice little trade there. How's your receipt, chef, looking now? Is it still looking bearish? Prediction for your receipt, chef? We'll go and take a look. Are you in any positions? How is USD MXN going? We'll take a look. Unfortunately, it has a spread of 47 pips for me, so can't trade that. Yeah, it's an exotic currency. I mean, I don't trade it a lot. And there's quite a lot of swap as well. There's quite a lot of swap buying. If you're selling, swap is actually very, very good because it's a lot of swap. So if you're selling and you're holding it for maybe a few days, you can actually make not bad profits from swap. Buying, on the other hand, yeah, swap does eat into profit a little bit. It's nothing too crazy, but the swap is definitely there, and obviously it's exotic currency. It's not heavily traded, so it does move a little bit different to the normal FX major and minor pairs. But again, price action for me is a really good opportunity. If this was like on Euro USD, I'll be gobbling up this opportunity every day of the week. But on peso, I still went for it. But yeah, it's not the cleanest price action in the world, but it's still looking good. I entered this one, I believe, on Monday at 4, was it? yeah, Monday at 4. So entered that one on Monday at 4. Very, very hectic price action when I entered. You can see pretty much this consolidation at my entry price, up and down, profit loss. And then finally, we did see some nice momentum to the upside at around 6 o'clock yesterday. So yeah, still in peso trade, smashed through the first TP. So have taken some partials now, have gone break even on this one as well. Still looking at TP2 and TP3 to get hit. But yeah, it's just a very kind of chaotic pair. It does kind of go up and down a lot, and there is a chance we could get wicked out just for price to go up. If that's the case, that's the case. You know, I understand the type of pair I'm trading, but yeah, if we can go smash the TP3, that would be, you know, thank you very much, peso. But yeah, still in that one, there's no real other pair that is looking good for me to enter right now. I do have a few on my watch list, but none are actually taking my fancy just yet. I'm still looking to short gold, but it's not really an area of interest for me. Still looking to short Euro USD, again, not really an area of interest for me. Euro Cad missed my entry kind of area by not much. Maybe I should have thought this one a little bit better, to be fair. Maybe it's my mistake for this one, but Euro Cad, I was looking to short at that kind of range up there, and you can see we just kind of missed it, unfortunately. So if it came a little bit higher, I would have been trading Euro Cad as well. But looking at it again on the 4H, I think price is just reacting to these wicks here. So maybe I missed that from the analysis a little bit. And you can see it tapped into those wicks around 1.344. And from that, it's falling to the downside. So yeah, maybe I missed it a little bit with that one. You know, trying to be a bit too perfect. Not too perfect, just maybe too you know, accurate a little bit. But yeah, Eurocad, I mean, it still could come up, but it looks like it's on its bike a little bit now. But yeah, there's a few other pairs, Euro Yen, Pound Yen. I'm watching those pairs, see what they do next. Euro Pound, I'm bullish on this one. I was looking for it to come back down and retest this support yesterday. It got like, you know, a quarter of the way, and then it pulled up very, very bullish. So price action is still a little bit chaotic, still kind of a big correctional phase. We might still see that move to the downside happen before the bigger up move, because I'm still bullish on Euro Pound. Just haven't found a good opportunity to buy it just yet here on the 4H time frame. So you know, I'm waiting for that to develop a little bit further. But yeah, I think a lot of pairs are waiting for FOMC later. You know, we do get this a lot where price is a little bit choppy, and then it comes a little bit later, and then we get you know, the FOMC or an NFP, something like that, and price then rallies and starts to do crazy stuff again. So I do think we're seeing a lot of that in the major pairs, Euro USD, Pound Yen to an extent. Yeah, so I think we are seeing that a little bit this week. I mean, last week was flowing. Last week price was moving like crazy. But yeah, back on the messages. Okay, so I'll take a look at Euro CHF. No problemo. One of these days we're gonna have a proper chin wag. I mean, you can hit me up on Instagram. Do you have Instagram, TokoFX? You can message me on Instagram. Gold, we'll take a look. Flow, Eurocad, please. What kind of Eurocad there? Yeah, to be fair, for Eurocad, short bias, well, kind of both bias, to be fair. I'm looking at longs as well from 1.322 down here, and potentially this level as well if that level breaks. But I'm looking at longs from down here and shorts from up there. Just about missed the shorts, you know, up there. But if it does kind of bleed to the downside, you know, I'm still looking to catch the longs back up again from one of these two areas. So that's what I'm kind of looking at Eurocad. I'm expecting a move down. Looks like it is in kind of full flow of that, or could be starting to come into full flow of that. So for me, the shorts have missed, but maybe you can still look to enter. If you go to the hourly time frame, the price is still creating these lower highs there. Perhaps another move back up into this area could give you a nice short opportunity. You know, stops above the structure there, and you could probably short it to the downside if it does come up again. But yeah, all I can see right now for EuroCAD is a down move, and then I'll be looking at buys down at these areas here, 1.322 and 1.314. But really for me, EuroCAD, no man's land a little bit, so I'm staying away at the moment. But yeah, I'll take a look at gold and your receipt, chef. Hello, Arthur James. Welcome to the stream. How are you? I'm doing good. Hope you are as well. Welcome to the stream. Hope everyone is doing well. Could you see a reversal on the AUD? Okay, we'll have a little look at that pair as well. Gold scalping entry sell side. Okay, we'll take a look at gold. I'll probably drop to the 5 minute for that. I use the 5 minute and 50 minute because I'm using the SMA 21 and SMA 51 and the SMA 200, and then I put the RSI on with the upper band at 50 and just wait for it to be above and under SMA. Okay, interesting. I mean, moving average strategies do work quite well alongside, you know, support, resistance, and candlestick patterns. Never really used the RSI too much though. Never really used it too much. Never really quite worked for me, to be fair. But yeah, if you find you know, using it 100%, you know, stick through it. But yeah, I do use the 50 MA and the 200 MA. I've never really used the smooth one. I've used the EMA and the MA. Never really tried out the SMA. Maybe I should do that. See what's the difference. Yeah, I'll get onto gold flow. I'll get onto gold. No worries. Euro pound shows some great buy setups. Euro pound's very, very choppy. I mean, maybe on the lower time frames, but 4H is very, very choppy. Good morning, Big Bang. Welcome to the stream. What do you think of CJ? Okay, we'll take a look at these pairs and USD as well. Apologies, Miko. No worries. I mean, a lot of the time is autocorrect as well. Remind me of someone I met there. Great analysis, loving the stream. Well, big up to the guy that I remind you of. He's probably a great person. But no problem. But yeah, we'll take a look at your receipt, chef. So, and I'll get onto gold as well, flow. Your receipt, chef, where are you? Okay, so your receipt, chef, still seeing some more downside, a little bit corrective now. With this down move there. Again, I did say 2 points of interest because we know the higher time frames, you know, are still pointing down. So, you know, there's no need to overcomplicate it. Really with this one, you know, targets is that price swing low there. You know, as you can see, down move, swing low, pull back from the high, another down move, another swing low down here. This is our support. So targets for your receipt, chef, we've got one here at 0.95800 and 0.95 there as well. So that's why I see your receipt, chef, going to. As to trading, it's a little bit difficult because it's very, very corrective. Now, I would suggest waiting for another up move before shorting it. You know, a push into that resistance would look nice, and then the move back down again. Shorts in here, you know, if you're not already short, it's a bit difficult to trade. The break and retest there does not look good in my opinion. Way too corrective for it to be a very, very good break and retest. So yeah, your receipt, chef, I still do see more downside. You know, this could be our next major lower high in relation to that prior high up there on the left. So yeah, everything is looking bearish here for your receipt, chef. So shorts, I'll suggest 0.972. Yeah, 0.972, rejection of this level, actually slightly above it, 0.973. And then yeah, shorts back down to 0.958 and 0.95, like good swing targets to have. But yeah, price is just a little bit corrective, so you know, hopefully we can get up move first before potentially selling off. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. Gold I'll take a look at. I'll take a look at AUD and pound USD as well on the lower time frames for Toka. Did I miss out anything else? As the USD as well, we'll take a look at Emmanuel and Cad JPY as well. Big bang, no problem. Looking for some buys in Euro Pound. Okay, we'll take. I mean, I'm looking for buys in Euro Pound as well. I'm looking for buys, but it's just looking way too corrective than the 4H. I want a bit more from that one. Yeah, man, I Found you. Congrats on 5K. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. And like I said, thank you to you guys for subscribing, because obviously I can't subscribe to myself, or at least I don't think I can. So you guys have hit that target for us. So much appreciated. Much appreciated everyone who subscribed. If you haven't subscribed as well, go hit the subscribe button. Go hit the subscribe button and leave a like as well if you are enjoying the content. But yeah, much appreciated, guys. Much appreciated. But yeah, on gold. So gold, the bias is still the same thing for this one. Still looking for the market to come back down to these lows here at 1620. Potentially you can go further, but we'll just leave it to 1620 for now. No need to look too much into the future. A lot of things can change and happen. And yeah, so no need to look too much into the future. So yeah, 1620 is where I'm looking at price going, which is basically the price swing low. Nothing too complicated. The market's had a major pullback. I'm looking at this being the next major lower high, in respect to this major high up there. We had this big down move. Now we had another up move. I'm looking at this being our next major lower high, and another move back down into these lows here. So short bias for gold. My area of interest coming into the week was 1700. Retest of that broken support, kind of like a double top there, if you will. Price formed a high, couldn't break through the high, broke through the kind of neckline, so to speak. So 1700 was my area of interest. We've kind of tanked before that, so unfortunately I don't think, well, we could pull up to 1700, but I'm not too sure if we will. But nonetheless, I'm still expecting 1620. I did highlight in the stream earlier that this could be an area to consider going short. Like I said, it's nothing that I'm too keen on shorting from. Around the 1680 mark, it could work. It might not. It's not really, don't have anything too much going for the level, other than, we did see a lot of momentum come for it. Price might struggle to break through and then dump again. But really, I'm just kind of waiting for more development for gold to find my next kind of level. So far, it's still at 1700, but like I said, I don't think we'll get there. So I'm waiting for some more development, some more price action, some more levels to be created. Then potentially I can find another one to get short on. But yeah, for gold, in terms of direction and bias, it's to the downside, and 1620 is the target. Obviously, there's some areas here on the left you can consider as targets beforehand. We're kind of already hitting this area right now, so that kind of explains why we're consolidating. But yeah, maybe FOMC, we might just break to the downside, or FOMC could push us up. That would be nice, and then a move back down. We'll have to find out and see. But yeah, I'm looking for 1620 for gold. I am looking for 1620 for gold. Okay, so hopefully that made sense there. Flow. I'll take a look at AUD/NZD and AUD/NZD, Euro Pound, and CAD JPY. Hey Mike, that's definitely autocorrect. Do you ever use volume indicator? No. In your indicators section, if you go in technicals, there's one called volume profile. That's a decent bit of kit, that. Okay, we're finding some stuff out today. Would you say it is volume indicator? There's one called session volume profile. Session. Okay, that's it there. Session volume profile. Okay, interesting. What is going on over here? Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I've actually seen this on like other people's like charts before, but I knew it was volume, but I never knew like how to use it or what's it actually showing me. Like, is this red line like a max volume maybe, where the most volume was traded? Or yeah, I mean, is it session? So is that like London session, New York session? What's the time there? 11 to 11. So that's a day. It's a day session then. So it's the most. It recaps for the day. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I've never used this before. I mean, to be fair, I probably have no idea how to use it properly. So if I was to use it, I'll probably just mess it up, to be fair. But it looks interesting. It looks very aesthetically pleasing. So yeah, let me know a little bit more about it. but I've never really used volume in my trading. So yeah, I've never used volume in my trading, so it's not something I've used, before. But obviously, trading's about learning and growing, so any more things I can understand potentially could add to my arsenal. But yeah, what does it do? So what is that red line in the middle? But yeah, we'll take a look at Euro Pound, CJ, and AUD and NZUSD. Almost missed that one as well. 1 million subs soon, brother. 100%. 1 million is on the way. I can feel it in the air. Okay, so I'll take a look at Euro Pound. I'll go into AUD, CAD JPY, and NZUSD as well. Okay, so yeah, Euro Pound is coming down pretty hard after a pretty strong move. I think all pound pairs are doing the same thing. They fell and now they're recovering. Well, this one went up and now they're kind of recovering back down again. Pound fell, recovering with AUD. Pound fell with USD, recovering. Pound fell with CAD, recovering. Pound fell with CHF, recovering. So yeah, little bit interesting there. It just crashed yesterday and then price is finding its feet right back up again. So with Euro Pound, nothing's changed too much in terms of the bias and where I expect the market to eventually end up. I'm still looking for 0.91 all the way up there. That's still the target for this one. As long as we stay above 0.87, I'm still looking for the bigger swings to the upside for Euro Pound. Now I'm just waiting for a good kind of opportunity to buy it. It's been very, very choppy. I did say on my weekly analysis, if you guys haven't checked it out, feel free to do that. It's the most kind of recent analysis video on my channel. But I did say I was looking for a push into this support and then potentially the next move to the upside. We didn't really get that. We got a slight move to the downside, kind of maybe faking out that consolidation. Then we had a huge push to the upside. Now price is back inside the consolidation and looks like it's heading back down to the lows. So all in all, it's just a little bit choppy for me for Euro Pound. I'm not really seeing a good buy opportunity. The fact that we've had a crazy move to the upside and momentum is completely depleted, and the market's now coming back down for a lot of momentum. This is not a good sign for that up move. That's not a good sign. You want to see strong impulsive moves, have correction and then continue to impulse the upside. That shows that the market is now, officially really moving in that direction. If you're just seeing impulsive moves up and then impulsive moves back down, it doesn't really show you a clear directional bias for the market, at least for this time frame anyway. So yeah, Euro Pound, I'm going to wait for more development. Of course, feel free to look for your entries if you want to at this support here. You might catch, a move to the upside, maybe back to the highs into this area here. But I wouldn't push it too far, even though I do have a bullish bias, just because I do have a few red flags, with this price action. I mean, to be fair, if we can clear this resistance here, get back above it, that could be a better buy opportunity, and then we might see price back on its path to the upside. But the key thing what I'm noting is that price is still very, very corrective, and normally in this kind of corrective phase we do kind of have a bigger, well, not bigger, but we do have another down move, another continuation. Then if that continuation fails, then we might see a bigger move back up again. So all in all, with Euro Pound, I'm still expecting price to go up. That's my directional bias for Euro Pound. But I'm not seeing a good swing opportunity. Day trading, like I said, back down here, you might catch a move to the upside. You've got a range of around 60, 70 odd pips, so you can still look to take advantage of that. The better buy would be above this resistance here. We had a big fake out here, so to speak. If we can have a breakout and a successful retest, that'll be a good buy, where maybe we could be on to our next leg to the upside. So that's something to think about for Euro Pound, but from my perspective, for the bigger move, I don't think it's quite ready yet. We might see price roll over a little bit further first before we do go bullish. So yeah, Euro Pound still very corrective, not the best conditions to buy. Okay, we'll take a look at Cad Yen and then NZUSD as well, and AUD as well before I get that one. G, okay, we'll take a look, no problem. Kashif. Are you waiting for correction when entering a position? Are you talking in general? In general, or are you talking about a specific pair? In general, I always wait for a correction before entering a position. You know, price impulses in one direction. I'm never looking to buy at impulse or sell at impulse. I always want to be buying when price is coming down against me in the direction I expect price to go in. So I'm always looking to buy pullbacks or buy corrections, and obviously sell pullbacks and sell corrections in the direction I believe the market is still trending towards. So yeah, I'm always entering after a correctional phase. But yeah, we'll take a look at Cad Yen. So Cad JPY, what's happening with this one? It's looking pretty bullish here. The market tried to head down. I was expecting this one to roll over actually for Cad JPY, but it looks like it's actually breaking out of this resistance because we had this fake out here, very tired fake out, breakout actually, which turned to a fake out for Cad JPY. Then we got back underneath the resistance. So from here, I was expecting the market to roll over, but it looks like we're breaking out and price is showing some bullish momentum again. I don't know if Cad is particularly strong or is Yen weak. Maybe a bit of both, to be fair. Maybe a bit of both. But yeah, Cad Yen's pushing to the upside, and looks like we potentially could still see the higher low, like I've been saying. Cad Yen still displaying, you know, bullish structure in the higher time frames. Equal lows here, then we've got the higher high up there. Potentially could be the higher low in the market for Cad Yen. So for this one, I would say best bet now is because we've cleared back above this resistance here, and potentially this could be, you know, the higher low in the 4H in reference to the lows down the left. We could be looking at price getting ready for another continuation to the upside, maybe tapping back in some of these supply areas down the left around 107 200. So yeah, best bet for Cad Yen will probably be waiting for a correction back down again. 106 looks good for buys, which is that prior resistance turn support, and then again, yeah, could see another push to the upside, and 107 200, 107 400 looks like a good target, or even that you've got the highs here on the left you can look to target as well around 106 720. But the fact that we failed to continue this bearish momentum and we're seeing the buyers step back in, I'll wait to see how this 4H candle can close first, but at the moment it looks pretty bullish and it looks like we might see some upside continuation. But again, I would wait still for a correction into 106 potentially, and then buys back up again looks like your best bet. So yeah, buys still looking overall the best bet here for NZD-USD. And perhaps could go a lot further because the higher time frames are still pointing to the upside. Who knows, you might make it back at those highs. But again, do watch out for that resistance down the left. You might see price react with that. But yeah, Cad Yen, I'll wait for that 4H candle to close, but 106 retest looks good for longs. And NZD-USD, this one still looking bearish. Looks like we might be in a bit of a pullback phase. How close are we to the monthly COVID lows? Pretty close. Pretty close. So not too far off price coming to go and take out those lows. Again, we might see price push up. I was talking about price maybe coming back into the highs of the consolidation. There's two areas that we could tap into, one being 0.566 and also 0.57286. One of these levels look good to short from. Obviously judge it when price action gets there, and then we can see if the shorts do look good or not. We could just blow straight through that level and that level too, to be honest. But if you start seeing some rejection, you know, you can base some shorts from that. Stop loss above the levels as well. Because yeah, I'm still bearish. I'm still really bearish on NZD-USD. All I'm looking at is strength in the dollar, still weakness in the New Zealand dollar and the Aussie dollar as well for that matter. So I still expect another bearish swing. And right now, for me, just another correction phase to the upside. So yeah, keep an eye out on these two levels here, 0.566 and 0.572. And from that, we could be seeing the next bearish leg to the downside for NZD-USD as well. Still looking bearish for me. So hopefully that analysis helped. Pound USD, I will get onto that as well. We'll get on to that I'm gonna buy GU. Okay, I will take a look at that. What was your entry price for those buys in pound USD? In which circumstances would you buy euro pound? I'll wait for a move back down first, because like I said, I want price to come back into this low because we are still very corrective here. I did talk about some buys in the low time frames from a day trading perspective. You might see some nice buys back down here, or maybe in the break above that. But other than that, I'm not really seeing the best buys from a swing kind of perspective. So that's why I said another down move into here, and I'll see what we can do for another push to the upside. A pretty similar opportunity to my current peso trade there, kind of the double bottom from that after a big impulsive move. Similar analysis on euro pound there, big impulsive move, double bottom could fund that next move to the upside for euro pound. So yeah, I'll wait for another down move, or I'll just wait for some more development. You know, sometimes you just need to wait for a few more candlesticks to print, some more information, some more levels to print, some more structure, and then a buy setup can come through, or sell setup depending on your bias. Sometimes you have to be patient and wait for a bit more price action, and things can come a lot clearer. So yeah, at the moment, I want to see a test of this level here. Whether we get there or not, I'm not too sure, but because of this corrective phase, I would expect a down move into that level, and then I'll see what we can do there for some buys back up again. Could catch a really big swing on that one for euro pound. But yeah, at the same time, I'm also just monitoring to see what happens next. But if you do check out my Telegram channel, I'll post any setups I get there. So if I do get a buy in euro pound, you know, I will let you guys know. Okay, but yeah, pound USD, I'll have a look at that one. Can you look at potential USJPY long areas? Okay, we'll take a look, Rohan. I stay away from all indicators, just trade pure price action. Nice, John W. Again, for me, price action, you know, is the key fundamental thing behind everything. You know, it's the action of price. You know, we read what price is doing. Obviously, indicators do that as well from a algorithmic perspective and a very mechanical perspective. So indicators do offer a kind of different way to read the action of price. But, you know, looking at price action from, you know, a very technical side of things offers a very good, you know, immediate read of a price, because as we all know, indicators, majority of indicators do lag. So, you know, it takes time for price to print, and then it eventually reacts when price has already started moving in that perceived direction. But, you know, obviously if we can understand price action, we can tell, okay, now it's time to buy, now it's time to sell, and also where's the best place to buy and where's the best place to sell as well. So indicators, I wouldn't say, you know, are bad. They're definitely good from a different perspective, but you do want the core of your analysis to be from you know, yourself viewing price action. And then if you want to, for more confluence, you know, you can add indicators into it for it, but you do want to be able to see in the market, okay, now I want to buy at this place. Now let me check this indicator, see if it says the same thing. Okay, cool, let me buy. You know, that sort of thing, rather than the other way around. But yeah, we'll take a look at pound USD and USJPY. NAS 100, we'll take a look at the indices as well. No problem, Sifo. The red line is where the most volume is, yeah, and basically when the volume bars get smaller and you get further away from the red line, it means momentum is slowing down. Okay, so I thought so. Okay, so how would you use that in a trade, for example? So you're about to take a trade, you know, what would you look for in the volume tool? You know, would you take the trade where the most volume is traded, or would you take it where the volume is away, then expect it to come back to the most volume kind of level? You know, how would you use it in confluence to a trade? Or is it just to let you know, okay, this is where the most people are at, so most likely, you know, this is a good place to buy and sell because you're going to get a good reaction. I'm real surprised you don't use RSI. If I'm honest, I'm always looking for divergences. GBP could be coming to a point of interest. Yeah, I used to use divergences back in the day. I didn't really use it too much, to be fair. It was definitely in my upcoming. Is the mic too close? It's definitely in the kind of the upcoming stages of my journey. So I kind of was using quite a lot of indicators. I was heavily into moving averages as well. I still kind of am, to be fair, with moving averages. But yeah, I kind of went through a period where I kind of just didn't look at indicators and focused on leveling up my price actional skills, like reading of price action. And then, yeah, I just never went back to the RSI. I never back to it because I feel like divergence is good. Divergence is good because I can't look at the chart and say when divergence is happening. I can definitely tell when the market's overbought and oversold. So from that aspect, RSI doesn't add too much to me. But from a divergence, maybe. I mean, I suppose for me to actually fully use it in a trading system, I want to go back test it with my strategy right now. So I could, just add RSI at the bottom and then maybe only take the trade when there's divergence. I mean, I don't know how effective divergence is, to be fair. And I know it's effective to a certain extent, but I don't know how effective it is, and that just because I haven't fully tested it, to be fair. So yeah, it's something I could look into. But yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a long time since I've used RSI like that, to be fair. So yeah, I know its purpose. I know it can help you, but I just don't know how much it helps you. If I can find that out, then maybe I'll incorporate into my trading. I mean, how much does it help you in your trades? Is it like a game changer? If there's no divergence, will you not take a trade? Does it have to be divergence for a trade? Let me know. I'm interested. Hey Arturo, welcome to the stream. Can you check oil? No problem. Got a sell order, but I don't know if it's bullish today. Okay, we'll take a look. UTC Chef, check me. Okay, we'll take a look. Have we checked NZUSD? Yes, we have actually checked NZUSD. I'll quickly run through that again. But yes, we did. Okay, yeah, we'll take a look at the indices as well, and US 100. Don't you think euro pound will bounce from 8.725? Since one euro pound, we'll take a look now. Let me get rid of these lines. Okay, so what did you say? 0.8725. By the way, guys, make sure you drop a like on the video if you're finding it helpful. And if you're new to the stream, I do go live every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 10 a.m. to 12 every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday UK time. So yeah, feel free to subscribe as well. But yeah, so 0.875, is that what you said? 0.8725, 725. So that's around this area here. Yes, we could. We could bounce from there, but it's just not a trade. It's not a trade that I'm looking to take. We could bounce from a lot of areas. This is an area where I do think we can bounce from. You can see the arrow. I suppose it's the level you're talking about. So yeah, I do think we can bounce from that. Euro pound doesn't have too many pips in, so like I said, you might see a 60-70 pip move into the high of the range there. That could be the case, but I'm a swing trader. I'm looking for those swing trades. This could be, it's not really a swing trade. It's more of a day trade. It might overlap until next day, but it's not really a swing trade in my opinion. I'm looking for a move back up to those highs, not in one go, of course, but I'm waiting for the swing trade to be ready on the 4H, and then when it's ready on the 4H, that's when I start looking for my entries. Not on the hourly. Hourly's for the entry, but 4H is for the setup. And right now, I'm not really seeing a setup on the 4H. It might bounce, but it's just not a good level to buy from, especially when we've had such a big move here. It'll come straight back down. It's not a good sign. You want price to correct and push again, not reverse and come back down to the low. So yeah, for me, there's nothing right now for euro pound. We could bounce from that level, yes, and catch a few pips, but it's just not really a trade that I'm looking to take. So yeah. Okay, we'll go take a look at USJPY and pound USD. Someone said they were buying pound. I'll take a look at the indices and oil as well, don't you worry. So pound USD, where are you? There you are. So yeah, pound USD, said you were in some buys. So yeah, pound USD is looking good. For me, I'm still bearish on this one. Nothing really has changed from a directional perspective. Everything's still looking bearish. Higher time frames, daily, weekly, monthly, all still pointing to the downside. So, you know, when I've got the higher time frames all in sync like that, you know, I'm just always going to be looking for sells if it's down, of course. And in this case, it is down. So yeah, for me, pound USD, you know, this is the area that not really I've got my eye on. It's more of a day trading kind of area. But if you are looking to trade it, that could be a nice place to sell it from, back at 1.115. I could see a reaction from that. There's a small level here on the left that price has wicked into, could maybe give price a move to the downside, but that looks like a much stronger and cleaner area to take some shorts from. Yeah, you said you're in some buys. How far are you looking to push that trade? Because, you know, the trend is still down, and you know, you could be looking for a small move. In that case, nice. If you're looking for a bigger swing move, it's going to be a little bit risky. There's a lot of areas where price can find resistance and pull back down against you there. So if you are looking for a bigger move, obviously trade your plan and trade what you want to trade. But I would recommend, you know, securing some profit, maybe stop loss to break even if you are looking for the bigger move to the upside, because there's a lot of obstacles price has to break through to see a bigger move up. If you're just looking to catch, you know, a move for the session, a move for the day, then, you know, nice trade there, nice trade. But from a directional, you know, standpoint, I'm still bearish on pound USD. And still bullish in dollar, but we'll see what FOMC does later, because I'm interested to find out. Obviously, I am in the dollar. I am in the dollar pair with USD peso, so this one should be exciting. This one does wick around a lot. Just hoping it doesn't wick into my stop loss before we do see any upside. But yeah, peso is just very messy right now. We've got some consolidation here. So again, with this one, I'm just going to let it be. There's nothing for me to do. The way I manage my trades is kind of mechanical from a standpoint, because did not mean to do that. It's kind of mechanical because, you know, when price gets to a certain point, I either take partials or stop loss to break even. So I'm never really reacting too much to the price is giving me. I find when I trade like that or manage a trade like that, I become a little bit too emotional, or at least I'm more emotional, because I'm trying to kind of avoid price coming down against me. Whereas from back testing, I can see that, you know, it's just best to kind of let the trade be. If it does pull back against you quite a lot, you know, sit through the pullback. Most of the time, not most of the time, 60% of the time, it will reverse back against you. 40% of the time, it will come back and take you out the trade. So I just got to see out those numbers and see out those odds. But yeah, the way I manage it is more mechanical. I'm not really too bothered about breaking structure and price doing this and doing that. If it gets to a point, I'm taking profit. If it comes back against me, you know, I'll be out the trade at break even. And certainly a pair like peso is very, very up and down. So we'll see how that one gets going. Let me take a look at the indices. So at USJPY, I'll do that one first, and I'll go on to the indices later. Okay, so yeah, this one's still flying to the upside. Crazy price action for USJPY. Again, it's the monthly time frame. I have to go this high just to see areas of value now. So we got the wick up here. Price could be looking to go and take out at 147. You know, we could be gunning for 150. It's a big psychological level that price could be drawn to. But yeah, price is still flying. Difficult to get any, well, from a day trading standpoint, it's not that hard, to be fair. You got a lot of nice little pullbacks on the hourly. In the 30-minute, you can just buy back up again, really. And at that point, you know, that's probably your best bet. You know, retest of this range here would be nice for some longs. You know, see if you can come into that, retest that 145, 800. Next kind of bullish way to the upside. If you want to go to the low time frames, you know, if I go like 15-minute, you got some consolidation here. You can look to take a trade at, maybe coming into this area here, 146, 200. That could be a nice place to buy as well. So yeah, it just depends what you're looking for at the moment. All I can see is more upside. We do have the wick up there. Price could be looking to take out at 147, 700. You know, I have no idea how far price is going to go here. You know, we could see price shoot again, come into a FMC later. Who knows? There's no real. There is structure to work with that level up there, but there's no real, like, I can't look to the left and work with anything there. We're kind of trading in no man's land. Haven't traded in this price for like 20 years or something. So yeah, onwards and upwards right now for USJPY. If you are looking to trade it, your best bet is to buys, and if you are selling, yeah, be out of that trade pretty quickly. You know, quick scalps, because momentum on pretty much every time frame here, monthly, weekly, daily, 4H, hourly, 15-minute is showing to the upside. So sells are just going to be very, very hard to come by, just from a probability standpoint. Not even if you got a good strategy or good entry, just from probability, it's difficult to sell. So yeah, USJPY looking good to the upside. You know, got some entries down the 15-minute on the hourly. I'm not too sure if we see any bigger pullbacks. I mean, we probably will eventually, but it might be some time before we come back and retest a bigger level like this one at 145. Nice little psych level as well. So that would be a really nice level to get a reaction from. But like I said, we might not come there for some time. So yeah, those are the areas on the hourly and the 15 to look out for. But yeah, your best bet is just going long, which I think is what you said, to be fair, looking to go long. Okay, so hopefully that was helpful. I'll go into the indices as well, and then I'll take a look at oil, UCCHF, no problem. We'll have a look. Brother, can you check Tech 100 going up or down? Okay, I'll take a look at that. I've never looked at Tech 100 before, so that'll be interesting. So trade it with the SMA. So for instance, if I'm short position, I want to see candle print under the 21,200, or so it has to be upper 50. I said the upper band to 50, and then I'll use okay. So I mean, it's nice kind of mechanical system, to be fair. You know, you've got set requirements for the trade to actually happen, which is, you know, obviously a great foundation for any strategy. But yeah, I've just never used the RSI like that. I mean, I definitely never used it with a band to 50. I think I've only probably used it with the default. I'm not too sure what the default is, to be fair, but I've only used it with that. I've never kind of flipped and played with the settings before. So yeah, something that for me to understand, to use it in my trading, I need to research a lot more. But if it makes a big difference for you, then I mean, to be fair, it probably makes a big difference for a lot of traders, not just you, of course. RSI is a pretty popular tool that I know a lot of traders will use for, obviously, for good reasons. But yeah, the best moving, I was about to say best moving average, but the best kind of indicator that I've used for my trading is so far has been the moving average, and fib as well to a certain extent, but I don't really use fib too much anymore, because I really pre-plan my levels, and most of the time they're normally kind of in and around the fib levels I like to buy and sell from anyway. So I don't really use the fib too much anymore, because I'm already kind of in the fib areas. And I never buy specifically from the 50 or specifically from the 61.8 as well. So yeah, moving averages have been the best kind of indicator for me. The volume, just see where about the market. For instance, if you're looking at the volume profile and it's fallen to the lower end, momentum is lower than, okay, makes sense. Okay, so know that you're taking trades where the volume is, so you can get a good push in direction. Okay, that is interesting. I mean, again, it could see some benefit to me, because I do enter my trades on the hourly, which is an intraday time frame. But yeah, it's definitely something good for people trading on the low time frames. Definitely looking for a trade from the day. You know, just buying where the volume is or selling where the volume is, you're going to get a good reaction. Parity on the cards for pound USD if things keep yeah, 100%. I mean, I was expecting us to get there originally, to be fair. I was expecting us to get there originally when we had this big dump. I mean, that's where I was gunning price to head towards. Then we had that big kind of collapse. Price came up again, and kind of left parity untouched. But price could be warming up to get back there again. So yeah, like I said, everything is still pointing down for pound USD. So that's still where I expect price to head towards, back down to the lows. We are at sensitive areas, so I probably wouldn't hold a swing trade into it. I think day trade is a lot better way to go by, taking a trade for maybe a day or two and then get out of the market, then get back in again, then get back out, rather than try and sit on a short trade, coming to such sensitive areas at these all-time lows. Never really a good place to hold trades into. But if you're just taking small portions of the cake, that could be a good way to go about it. But from a directional bias, everything is still looking south for pound USD, unfortunately. Okay, I'll go take a look at the indices. How do you use Fibonacci? Yeah, I do have a video on the Fib. I'm pretty sure I do. If you go check out my Forex education playlist, I do have a video on the Fib and how I use it and what levels I look to buy and sell from. So feel free to go and check that out on my channel. Yeah, I just mainly focus on the 50, 61.8, sometimes the 78.6, and then sometimes I use the extensions, but normally I just use price action for my targets. But yeah, I do have a video on that, so feel free to check that out if you want to. I also don't trade it at all if I can't see clear direction on the DXY. Okay, that makes sense. To be fair, similar to me as well. I do like having a bias for the dollar as well. So, from that perspective, all I have to do is just trade that bias, really. I mean, at the moment, it's definitely dollar bull. So, hence why I'm still looking for more downside in all the pound pairs, but pound USD, Euro USD, AUSD, NZD, all looking at downside for them. Hey, are you bearish from pound? Mostly, yeah. I mean, fundamentally, doesn't look good for the pound at all. Some pound pairs I wouldn't say I'm completely bearish on, like pound NZD, pound AUD. They're a little bit more up in the air for me. But pairs like pound USD, pound CHF, pound CAD, yeah, I would say I'm bearish on them. And pound yen, I'm waiting for a bit more development as well. Yeah, me too. Okay, I made some smashing to on the GU for a few weeks ago. Nice. Were you in that move? Wow, wicked. That thing just collapsed. Hey Miko, do you have a track record like MyFX book or something? No, I don't actually have that at the moment. I'm actually looking to set up a MyFX book, but I'm currently looking to open a new account. So when I get that set up, I might look to open a MyFX book. Stick down the old Instagram bio. But yeah, not at the moment, but I will probably put one up soon. You can check out my Telegram channel if you want to see my trades and stuff. We are day traders. We're not meant to hold trades, of course. Well, you're a day trader anyway. I'm a bit more of a swing trader. It's about surfing the markets and getting in and out and grabbing what you can when it's there and move on to the next trade. That's me anyway. Yeah, I mean, it's the same for me as well. I grab what I can just on the higher time frames and for a longer period, and then I move on to the next one. So it's similar, just longer time frame, longer scale of things. But yeah, we'll get on to the indices. US 30, US 500, US 100. Okay, that one's already taken up the lows there. I think I did it last week, maybe. Not too sure. Okay, so yeah, so with the indices, you can see we are trading at these lows here. Everything is still looking pretty bearish. US 30, US 500, US 100, GR 30, not quite these lows yet, but that's what I'd be expecting price to get to. Indices, the price action is pretty similar and direction is all pretty similar as well. So, you don't have to trade them all, just pick the best one. But yeah, US 30, expecting price to go and take up these lows down the left at 28,600. So that's what I'll be expecting price to go and take out. If you can get some more downside, that would be beautiful, which I'll be expecting price to do that sooner or later. I did say yesterday sells at this resistance would be nice. We kind of did have a bit of a breakthrough, but looks like price is failing to break through now. So I'll be expecting to see the next bearish leg come from this area. If it did break through that, then I would be looking at this consolidation up there, but price, currently at the moment in time is nowhere near that. So for me, for US 30, sales look like your best bet. And from, was this 29,400? That's what I expect price to head towards, back down to 28,608. So yeah, still looking very bearish here. Still looking very bearish here for US 30. Nice bearish move there. For me, this is just the correctional phase, and now probably going to see another impulsive move back down to go and take out those lows there. And if we do come up a little bit higher, not to worry. 29,900 looks like a great place to short as well, and of course the risk reward will be better there as well. So yeah, US 30 for me, more downside. And US 100, this one has taken out the lows, but again, it is still looking like a very bearish market. So there might be some short-term long opportunities, but your best bet is to stick with the momentum on the higher time frames, and sales are still looking good. So I would be a bit careful selling directly into that support. I would wait to see maybe a move into this area would be nice. Was that 11,065? Not too sure if we get there, but if we do, much better place to play some shorts on. That way you've got a little bit of room to work with before you come back down into these lows there. Whereas here you're selling directly into the lows here. So, price could react with that and come back to your entry price and just get a little bit choppy. But if you can snap back into 11,040, 11,050, stop loss above there, you've got a bit of room to work with. You can take some partials off as price does work in your favor if it's a successful trade, of course. But yeah, with this one, US 100 more downside, US 30 more downside. US 100, I did highlight that weekly level there, so that could be a bit of a long-term target to work towards. On the left, I'm not really seeing too much here because it's, we've got these higher lows. I suppose there could be targets, but I never really like working up these kind of targets. You've got support there, an area of value there. So those could be areas that price is working towards. But to me, I'll be sticking with that higher time frame level in mind. So slowly but surely, we'll probably end up getting to 97 down here. Those could be some areas to consider around 10,500 and 10,396. But 11,050 looks great little short there. And yeah, US 30, that's a great short, which is in the area right now. So nice little maybe hourly engulfing candle. That could be nice to enter. We did get one there actually, so that could have been a nice little entry there before. But yeah, that kind of closes in 24 minutes, so you can see in 24 minutes. But yeah, that's what I'll be expecting from the indices there. Not looking good for them at all. Pound CAD. Okay, we'll take a look at pound CAD as well. I wonder why pound went up when the monthly GDP was less than expected. Should have been more bearish. Yeah, fundamentals are a little bit funny sometimes. Sometimes we can see price do the exact opposite when a certain event happens that's particularly bearish or particularly bullish. It could go other way. But I do see quite a lot of the time that when event happens that you would expect the market to be bearish from or bullish from, and the market does the opposite, soon enough it does correct itself. And it might start off bearish and bullish maybe for a session or for a day or two or even for a week, and then eventually it does come back and correct itself. See it happen many times with interest rates as well, especially with pounds, especially with NZD, AUD. See it a lot of the time, dollar even sometimes as well. Because you have to remember when news comes out and price is reacting to the news, it's not necessarily reacting to what's actually happened. Price has no idea about GDP and interest rates and what's happening fundamentally. It has no idea. It's all about people buying and selling and what people are doing in relation to one another that caused the market to be bearish or bullish. So that's what happens there. But later and soon enough, people in the market will respect what's happened fundamentally eventually, and it will correct itself most of the time. I wouldn't say every time because obviously nothing's perfect, but most of the time it does correct itself. I mean, if you look at pound charts now, they're all falling. They're all falling. From a larger time frame, like the 4H or the daily, they're all falling. So we are still seeing that bearish sentiment for pound, but it could pick up pace soon. I think I did miss out. Okay, so UTC-HF, okay, and oil. Okay, I will take a look at oil and UTC-HF. I did miss out those two pairs, and then I'll get to it. Okay, Nasdaq is that. I was about to say Nasdaq. I mean, NZD CAD. I will take a look. Yeah, US 100. Hopefully that was helpful on that one. Pound CAD. I'll get to as well after those. Would you do crypto's favor and check DAX 40 sure thing? TokoVex, a much appreciated Abdul for subscribing. Yeah guys, if you are finding the stream useful, please be sure to subscribe and drop a like as well. It does help out the channel. Hey David, welcome to the stream. Hi, good morning, late arrival. Better late than never. I just sold USD CAD, appreciate analysis. Please, no problem. We'll take a look at USD CAD as well. Market manipulators with their illusions. Yeah, market is very, very heavily manipulated. Yeah, it's not in our favor. Okay, let's take a look at, what was it, USD-CHF and oil. Okay, so oil. Okay, so oil is still respecting those higher time frame structures that I was pointing on the daily. That's so far keeping oil bearish on this time scale. And you can see those lower highs there, and of course that level there on the left as well. So for me, oil, as long as we stay below this, I'm still expecting more downside. If oil can break through this, then we could see price having a bigger move to the upside potentially. From a fundamental perspective, we could see oil start to fly, but from a technical perspective, I would wait for the technicals to line up first for the longs before, trying to trade another bias, because the technicals are down, price is going to go down. Doesn't really matter what the fundamentals are doing. Price will correct itself eventually. So yeah, all at the moment is still bearish here. It's still bearish. It's still below this area here. And coming into this support there, that could be a nice place to short, to go back down again if price does respect that. Could see a nice drop to the downside from 91. If, like I said, if you do break above 94 and see some new highs, that'd be a great place to go long and potentially hold a trade for a long time and see a bigger move to the upside. So do keep in mind 94. But at the moment, all I'm seeing is shorts here. 91 could be a nice place to look to short from. Then you've got 84 as a nice little area of interest for a target, or potentially the lows there, depending how far you have to take the trade. If you are looking at longs, 94 is your best bet to break first though, and then you can see what price does next. For oil, so hopefully that was helpful. The structure's still down, still potentially creating a lower high, so shorts look good from there from a technical perspective. If I do jump onto, I didn't do aliens indeed, did I? I'll take a look at that after. USD-CHF. Okay, so USD-CHF, has it hit those highs? Not really. It's hit the 1 mark, so a big psychological level, but it hasn't really tested that resistance yet, so that could still be due course. I did say coming into the week, this was my area of interest to go long. Unfortunately, price did kind of run off without me. I mean, we could still roll over. Maybe if you see some dollar weakness from FOMC, it could help give us a move back down first, and then maybe we might see the bigger move to the upside. That would be very, very nice indeed if price was to do that. And I'll be looking to buy from that low there, have some nice confidence around that spot, so that'll be beautiful indeed. And then yeah, a bigger move to the upside is what I'm looking at, 1.005 ish, that resistance there as well. I'd like to see USD-CHF move to, but right now looks like price is struggling to break through the resistance here. So yeah, it's not the best break and retest. We did break below, price is closing back above. I suppose we are retesting it right now, so we could see a move up. It's not the best trade in the world. It is a trade that does make sense, but nothing I'll look to trade from. Again, still about 80 pips to the upside, so there's still decent room there to take advantage of. So yeah, for UCHF, if we can hold this level, break and retest, we can see a move up, but preferably speaking, I like to see a move back down first. And if you think about it as well, we do have some dollar news at 1:30 and particularly one at 7 UK time. Are you willing to hold the trade, from now until like the next day? Because I doubt we're going to see price, trade into this resistance or even back to these highs, before the FOMC later today. I doubt we'll see price trading at these prices. So, from that aspect, are you willing to hold it through the news? If you are, then feel free. If you're not, the best thing to do is wait for the news to happen, then trade after. And that way you've got more information to go about it. So, keep that in mind. I'm in USD but I'm willing to hold this through the news. There's not really any risk on the table for me anymore. So, and even if there was risk on the table, I trade through news all the time. So I'm not really too bothered, really. Again, higher time frames, difficult to miss out the news completely. On the lower time frames, you can pick and choose when you trade. Higher time frames, you got kind of bite the bullet a lot of the time. So yeah, if you're willing to hold for the trade, feel free. Through the news, feel free. But it might be best to wait till after. And yeah, aliens at D. Anis, you're talking about reversal somewhere. Okay, so we have seen some downside coming into that monthly zone there on the left. We have seen some downside from this level here at 1.14. So price is reacting with that. And yeah, we could see reversal. This is a place where the reversal could come from. But again, me as a structural type of guy, I want to see some structural changes, and so far I haven't really seen that yet. This is a nice little low there, but it's not an important low. This is really the important low I want to see price break. If we can break that, then we've got a potential reversal on the cards, and then we could be seeing a bigger move to the downside for ADNZD. But at the moment, as long as we stay above 1.1145, a lot of ones there. I will still favor the longs for this one. Not right now though. I would say, if we can see some build up around here, coming into this level here, that'll be a nice place for some longs. And I would say as well, shorts still look good up here because of the momentum we're seeing. If you can catch some buys to the upside, you can probably catch some sells back down again and take advantage of what we're doing from the monthly zone, and also take advantage of the current structure as well. So you can look to play both sides, kind of what I'm looking at EuroCAD as well. EuroCAD for me on the higher time frames, is definitely bearish here. So that's why I'm looking to sell, up at these highs. But then I can also see that price potentially might be reversing as well. Big move down, a lot of consolidation, kind of like the climax of the move. Now it's starting to form some higher lows to the upside. So I'm also looking to buy from down here as well as sell up there. So kind of looking to trade both kind of sides. I'm not going to look to hold those trades for long though, because I'm not quite set in the direction. But that's what you could look to do on the ADNZD as well. Look to buy down low because price is still obeying that structure. But you also do have some nice sell opportunities, maybe on the hourly, coming up to some of these areas here on the left as well. So do pay attention to that. So hopefully that was helpful. Okay, so what was the pairs I'm supposed to look again? So entity CAD, we'll get onto that as well. Okay, entity USD, Emmanuel, I'll take a look at that again. No problem. USD CAD, David, we'll take a look. DAX 40 as well. I should get myself a little note to write down these pairs to look at. Notepad. Okay, I'll get into gold. I swear, no, you haven't. I'll take a look at gold as well. Where's the best place to short pound yen? Okay, we'll have a little quick see. I'm actually looking to trade pound yen, but it's a little bit for me, so I'm kind of waiting patiently for something to happen. Just tune in. Hey Ross, welcome to the stream. Keep up the good work, buddy. Thank you so much, man. We'll keep streaming. I enjoy the streams, to be fair. I enjoy the streams, and I guess people on the channel enjoy the streams too as well. The live streams are really helping the channel grow. So, I will keep doing them, 100%. And like I said, we just hit 5K, everyone. So thank you so much for subscribing to the stream, to the channel actually. But yeah, thank you so much for helping us hit that goal. What about current structure on the 5 minute? Yeah. Okay, so you're talking about pound yen. Okay, I'll take a look at the 5 minute then. Yeah, thanks Miko. No problem. I got to sell at 88.3 on oil. I'm gonna go long until it drops to like 85. Hopefully. Okay. I mean, yeah, if you can get back above what was it? Was it 84? Yeah, back above 84, then we could probably see a lot more upside. Have a look at GU, small stop loss, 1 okay, little entry there on GU as well. The amount of trades I've had over the years have gone negative, and I've had to ride them out the back, out to go back neutral. It took me a good year to break that habit. Oh, really? Wait, so... okay, so you've taken a trade and it's gone the direction bad without a stop loss, I'm expecting, and then it's back to neutral. Yeah, I've never actually been in that position before. I think I don't really have a very high risk appetite, so I think that's kind of helped me a lot in trading, because I've never actually blown an account before. I think that's just due to my risk appetite, because I take my money, my capital very personally. So, if I can see I'm losing a lot of money, I just lower my risk down. I do take a lot of trades though. Over trading was probably my biggest problem, because I do take a lot of trades, but it's very, very small losses. So the way my accounts will go down was like death by 1,000 cuts. It would be a lot of just bad trades, But yeah, I always used to stop myself before I would get to actually blowing an account, just because I couldn't really sit through the pain of blowing an account. And yeah, I've never really taken like a huge trade that I shouldn't have taken, and without a stop loss. Yeah, I think that's just because my risk appetite is not that high. But again, everyone's got their own battles that they're working with, and they have to overcome. Hey Rafa, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. Sir, main 69p holding. Yeah, what is that? I'm not sure what that is. Do you take low probability setups? Do I take low probability setups? Why would I take low probability setups? That makes no sense. I mean, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I don't know, maybe if you take a lot of trades, yeah, it doesn't mean, even if you do take a lot of trades, you still want to take a lot of high probability setups. Yeah, I mean, as a trader, you want to be taking high probability setups. Like, it doesn't make sense to take low. I mean, even with a high probability setup, you still do have a chance of losing the trade. So it's not like with a high probability setup, you got guaranteed. So yeah, just stick with high probability setups. There's no point wasting your money on low probability setups. If you can identify setups that's not very good, don't trade it. If you want to trade it with a very, very small lot size that you don't normally use, or trade it on like a demo account. If you just want to trade it, you've got an urge to trade on a demo account, or mentally trade it. But yeah, if there's a low setup, there's no point. There's no point. Okay, let me take a look at some of these pairs. Okay, so entity CAD, USD CAD, we'll take a look. Pound CAD as well. A lot of CAD pairs. Okay, so entity CAD for this one, was doing this one early in the stream. Everything is still looking pretty bearish for this guy. So yeah, entity CAD, beautiful structure here on the left, beautiful support, 1, 2, 3. Nice little false breakout for us there. Price is now holding a resistance. You can see the consistent lower highs in the market here. So as long as we maintain those lower highs, I would be expecting price to come back down to these lows and perhaps see some new lows as well. So yeah, all I can say is entity CAD short bias is looking good. This looks like a good level to short it from as well. So if you can enter around there, if you're not really short. And targets, I would say the lows obviously make the most sense as well. Or you can look to the body as well of the candle. But yeah, that's what I'd be expecting price to go. Structure's still down, nothing's changed, so still expect more downside for NZD CAD. Pound CAD is a little bit choppy though. It is a little bit choppy. I did say if you haven't watched my analysis, feel free to go check it out for the week. Pound CAD's in a bit of a choppy area because we've had a crazy impulse to the upside. Our price is back testing the range here. So I did say buys do look good at these areas, but I just wouldn't hold the trade for too long because the market is still 100% in this bearish trend here. And for all we know, this could be the next major low high of the market. So sales do look good, but I would wait for price obviously to come back into this kind of area, or even better, this area up there, which is what I said coming into the week, 1.53785. Shorts do look good from those areas, and perhaps maybe catch the next move to the downside. But yeah, pound CAD for me, it's in a range where I thank you so much, Royal Davis, for subscribing. If you guys have enjoyed the content, please be sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. But yeah, price is obviously reacting to this range here, hence why we're seeing some upside. Shorts do look good up here, 1.535 and 1.54-ish. And then yeah, maybe you can see the next leg to happen to the downside. But pound CAD I'm still bearish on until we have some major structural breaks, which we've not had yet. So shorts here, never really a good idea. If you're in some buys, it does look good, but I wouldn't hold it for too long. And sells, up at those zones look good as well. And USD CAD. USD CAD, you said you were in some shorts, did you, David? Shorts or longs? I just sold USD CAD. Okay, so yeah, USD CAD back at these highs. Again, I'm still bullish on USD CAD. You know how I trade, I utilize those higher time frames, and higher time frames to me all looking pretty bullish here. I'm still looking at price coming back to 1.4-ish into that resistance up there. So I still do see more upside for USD CAD. It is having a tough time trying to break through these highs at 1.38. Hence why we've had 1-2 reactions before, and we're starting to stall a little bit right now. So yeah, we could see some downside. Nothing. We could see some downside here, but yeah, nothing that I would ride home at. What's the saying? Nothing that I would expect too crazy. Just because there's a lot of areas where buyers will step into the market. We've got an area here, buyers could get in. Another area here, buyers could get in. Another area here, buyers could get in as well. So there's a lot of places where in a bullish market, the buyers do have that edge, and they could step into the market and drive up higher from any one of these areas, maybe even higher as well. But if I was a buyer, that's where I would be looking to buy from on the lower time frames. If you are selling up here, it's a nice place to sell, but again, my only kind of key advice that I would say to anyone, trading counter trend trades, not saying counter trend trades are bad. You can definitely make profit from counter trend trades. I trade counter trend sometimes as well, but you just don't want to hold that trade for too long and realize, where the actual money is moving in this market, which is indeed to the upside. So shorts obviously look good from that level, but yeah, I wouldn't push it too far. I'm not too sure where your target is. Basically the areas that I said buyers could step in from are good areas to have as targets to look to exit the trade, or at least secure break even or partial or something like that, depending on how you manage your trade. But yeah, it's just difficult to short these type of markets here. So yeah, I wouldn't push the trade too far. It's a nice area. If you do see some downside, keep an eye out for these areas, because like I said, buyers could get excited there and start to drive price higher again. But hopefully that was helpful. Okay, I'll quickly take a look at gold and pound yen as well. And I'll go over pound USD for Toka FX. You know how a lot of people have CIS, and that's how you get touched. You get touched out. It's risky, but I don't use SL. I've had a few trades get away from me, but usually pulls back. Okay, that's interesting. You don't use SL. So you see, that's opposite to me. I always have an electronic stop loss in my trades. Some people have it in their head, but I feel I get way too emotional I get way too emotional. And I think that's more of a personal problem, because I think someone like you might not get too emotional. That's why you've got the ability to do something like that. But I understand that I'll get too emotional. Not that like the money I'm going to lose, because, you know I can make it back. It's just that it's the possibility that, okay, if I don't keep an eye on this trade, it could go very, very bad and lose more than I expected, which could be a little bit, kind of upsetting a little bit, especially if it's a lot more than you plan to lose. But yeah, for me, I find like stop loss in place. There's some times where I do get tagged out with stop loss and then price goes in my direction. That's definitely a part of my trading, which I've kind of just put it down to, that's just trading really. When I'm back testing, I do see price tag me out sometimes and go in my direction. I mean, I'm still profitable at the end of the day. I can improve that probability, but it's not to the extent where it's having a huge impact on my trading. So I kind of sit through the trades and just take the L. But yeah, if you feel like you can use without a stop loss and exit the trade manually, they're fair play. That's a skill. In its own. As soon as I am £20 in profit, I move stop loss to entry. A lot of trades for me are for like, because a lot of safe trades. Oh, okay, so it does go bad, then it goes back to stop loss, and you just enter, okay, and you exit. Okay, that makes sense. Trying to learn trading Forex seriously, any recommendations? Yeah, you can. I do have quite a lot of videos on my Forex education playlist about technical analysis, but again, there's a lot more to trading than just technical analysis. So I would say go check out Baby Pips. They have nice little courses. I think I've never actually done one, but a lot of people have been talking about Baby Pips as a good introductory to trading. So go check out their courses at their website, I suppose. I think it's probably at babypips.com. And yeah, go check them out. They're gonna be a good way to get started. And if you haven't got a broker, feel free to check out IC Markets. You can open a demo account with them and just get trading. Basically, the best way to start trading is just go trade. Obviously, not with light capital. Get a good demo account and just go berserk. Really, make as much mistakes as possible. Doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Okay, so I'll go take a look at pound yen. What was it? Pound yen, gold, and pound USD to end the stream there, because we are actually coming up to 12. To be honest, I managed to scalp £153 on short on G this morning alone. Nice. Yeah, talking back, you're pretty active in the markets. Like to see it. Did I remove the wrong person? Let me check. Yeah, I did. My bad. Can I unhide? Yeah, unhide. Yeah, sorry, Rafa C. I accidentally removed your message. My bad. I was trying to take out the spam messages. Not the first time I've accidentally removed someone from my channel. Please say that she did it correctly this time. Oh no, I actually hid your message again. Damn, that is very poor for me. Yeah, I do apologize, Rafa. I hope you don't unsubscribe. But yeah, I need to find out a way I can combat this. I don't know if there is a way, to be fair. I think you're still... There we go. Yeah, there we go. My bad, Rafa. My bad. Hold my hands up for that one. Okay, where were we? What setups do you find to be high probability? Can you show an example on your chart? Okay, yeah, sure. A high probability setup is this. In line with the trend. That's the high probability setup. If you're getting multiple time frames, I'll say at least 2 time frames all pointing in one direction, preferably in line with the higher time frames, and you're buying or selling in the same direction of them, you're getting a high probability setup, because most likely the market's going to continue moving in that path. Obviously, there's a million and one ways to actually enter trades and take trades, and where to enter and where to exit. And I can't really explain that, in just the 5 seconds. We are coming up to the end of the stream. I do have videos on strategies and best places to enter the market and best places to exit the market and entry and stop loss and all that sort of stuff. So feel free to go and check out my Forex education playlist. But the highest probability setups, in my opinion at least, of what I've found, is just trading where the money is going. And if it's very, very clear, you will see multiple time frames all pointing the same direction. And the way to work it out is just look at the highs and lows. The highs and lows are pointing up on multiple time frames. Then you've got a very, very bullish market. And if you can find a good pullback by the market, you have a good possibility that will be a winner. And obviously, actual strategies to trade that, check out my education playlist, and you can find some good entry strategies and stuff like that there. Do you take major trend reversal setups? They say those ones are low probability setups, but they have good risk to reward. Yes, I do, but I kind of wait for price to really show signs of reversing. So, for example, if you got a bullish trend like so, some people will look to short like here and anticipate the lower high forming, which for me is still pretty low probability setup, even though you might be in a very strong level of resistance. You might be in a very strong level of resistance. People try and anticipate the lower high or something, but there is nothing, that has changed from a structural point of view. So the way I do it, I would either wait for this low to break, or at least wait for price to give me a third lower high. So if price forms one there, comes back down and takes out this low, then pulls up and gives me a third lower high, that I'll consider a good trade to take, especially if I'm in a higher time frame zone. And from there, I'll begin to look for shorts, or like I said, just break through that price swing low, then I'll look for shorts. So yeah, I do take reversals, but I try to take reversals that do line up in the same direction as a higher time frame trend. So for example, if I'm taking a reversal on 4H, it's because I believe the daily and the weekly, say the 4H is bearish and the daily and the weekly is still pointing up. I'll take a 4H reversal of that bearish trend to trade in the same direction as the bullish daily and the weekly. So I'm still trading with the trend. It's just counter 4H. So yeah, I do take reversals, but reversals work well when they're direction of a higher trend. So it's just not a plain out reversal. I'm emotionless, bro. It's taken me years to get that go. I've had days where I've lost 500 plus, but it goes on both ways, like you said. I know I can make it back 100%. The missus hates it because of emotionless. Yeah, I wouldn't expect her to like that. I want a bit of emotion, a bit of life. But yeah, I'll probably say I'm too emotional. I'm too emotional, just in other areas of life as well. But you don't see my emotion though. You don't see it. It's all hidden, which is not good. You want to release the emotion. But yeah, I'm definitely more of an emotional person, so that does come out in my trading a little bit. So I do have to make sure I do keep myself at bay. Great stream as always, bro. See you tomorrow. No problem, Anus. Happy to help. You should add mods. Yeah, that's what I definitely need to do, because I can't be, keep banning people like Rafa from the stream accidentally. What was your thoughts process whilst buying USDMXN? So yeah, when I was buying this one, again, the way I trade is I utilize the higher time frame. So with this one, it's a very, very bullish market indeed. As you can see, this is the quarterly time frame. Don't usually look at it, but it gives me a good direction of what price is doing. It's a very, very bullish market, and you can see we're stuck on this level here of resistance now as support. So I'm expecting potentially us to get the next drive to the upside here on peso USDMXN back to the highs potentially from this level. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, potentially 9 quarters we're stuck at this level here. So from a bullish perspective, it looks great to buy from. And then jumping onto the 4H, we've had price in a bearish trend here. It's been forming some lower lows and lower highs, but you can see we've run out of bearish momentum here. We're very, very choppy. We're failing to continue down. and then suddenly we had a big break to the upside over there, breaking through some structure here on the left. I'm looking to see if we can start to respect that higher time frame trend and start to potentially go bullish. So when I was looking to buy this one, I was thinking basically, where's the best place to buy? We already had a nice reaction from this place to the upside, so I'm looking to see if we can respect that low and potentially start getting ready for a move to the upside, eventually back to these highs and higher. So that's basically the thought process of buying the trade. I did also highlight this level here as an area I may be interested to go long on, but I had a nice entry signal there on the hourly time frame, which is where I get my trade entries, and then I bought it there. And yeah, price is now looking a little bit bullish here. So hopefully you can push through. Again, it's a very, very choppy currency, so I have gone break even. There's a chance that price could come and wick me out before going bullish. If that's the case, that's the case. Life goes on. But yeah, I am looking for a push into that TP3. I'm not looking for an insane move on peso. Like I said, I do have that longer term bias on the quarterly time frame, but you know, I'm looking to trade it in steps, you know, not in one move. So I'm just looking for a push into that resistance up there. It may come back down. I may look to sell it, and then I may look to buy it back up again and slowly work our way to the upside. But yeah, that's what I've done on peso. Yeah, it's a little bit tricky, this price action here. We've had a huge impulse on prices in that consolidation there. So we'll see what happens next. We've got FOMC later. This is a dollar pair, so I would expect peso to do something up or down, not too sure. I'll see it through. There's no risk involved anyway, so yeah, not too bothered really. Obviously, I want it to be a TP up there, of course, but you know, we'll see what happens. But yeah, guys, you've come to the end of the stream, believe it or not. Yeah, I will quickly go through GJ since you asked so nicely. You didn't really ask nice, you just said bro GJ, but I'll take a look for you. As long as you never shed a tear on stream. Yeah, as long as I never shed a tear on stream. See me cry. To be fair, I can't remember the last time I cried. Maybe watching a movie or something. Yeah, mate, I keep the emotions bottled in. I keep it bottled in, so you won't see a tear. Okay, GJ, where are you? Okay, so yeah, okay, wow, looking pretty bullish here. So yeah, we're coming right into this high here. We could react. Hey, thank you so much, Dinesh, for subscribing. We could react from here and see some downside and come back down again. I wouldn't push the trade too far. We are a little bit corrective now, which is not a good sign here. It means momentum is slowly dying out. So again, nice place to go short. I'd wait for some type of confirmation here, bearish engulfing at least, and see some move to the downside and targets, you know, basically just back down at these lows, and then I would get out the trade there. So I'm still waiting for some more price action here on GJ before I look for my next kind of major swing. And things are still a little bit choppy. And the fact that we had a huge bearish candle here down, and then the price comes back up again, it's not a good sign. It means momentum is fading to the downside. So yeah, you could probably catch some nice sells from that high. Stop loss above the structure, of course. But yeah, back to 160,500. I'll start looking to exit that position there. But yeah, do wait for confirmation entry. But yeah, guys, so we're going to end the stream now. Currently in peso, still let's see what EuroCAD can do. I'll keep an eye on GJ and Euro Yen as well. Gold, I'm looking at shorts. Do you want it to come higher first? Euro USD, still looking at shorts as well. Do you want it to come higher first? I think FOMC could be a catalyst for some of these pairs to get moving again, which is at 7 p.m. later today. So if you are trading pretty much any pair, you know, make sure you are managing your risk, because you know, who knows what's going to happen. Might see some dollar weakness, might see some dollar strength, might see a bit of both. Thank you so much, Adriano, for subscribing. So yeah, do keep a lookout. But I hope you have found the stream useful, guys. I will be live again tomorrow. I'll give you an update on my trade on peso, and if I get into any trades, I'll let you know as well. Feel free to check out my Telegram, and if you are looking for a broker, I do have my affiliate link to IC Markets at the top there, so feel free to use it if you want to. If you are looking for a broker, that's the broker I'm currently using. So yeah, guys, hope you have enjoyed the stream and found it useful. I don't think I got through everyone's pairs, but yeah, it's difficult to do so. But if not, I'll try and do yours tomorrow. I don't even know who I missed out. So yeah, hopefully I can do it tomorrow. But yeah, have a great day, everyone. Yeah, I'm sorry, Dave teaches. I'll do that tomorrow. And NZUSD. I did do NZUSD early in the stream, Emmanuel. So if you skip back, you'll see it. It's been a pleasure. No problem, TokoVex. Thank you for your time. Catch you tomorrow, and you as well. Enjoy the stream. Yeah, no problem, Rafa. Sorry for hiding you from the stream. I promise not to do it again, or hopefully not. But the best stream on YouTube. Much appreciated, Toko. Much appreciated. But yeah, guys, have a great day. Have a great day. Watch out for the news, and I'll catch you all tomorrow.
What?